Stock prices rallied a bit today after a late afternoon report from Reuters, which quoted Lordstown Motors as saying they're debt-free, have tangible assets, and potential strategic investments over the long term.
It's news that comes one day after an SEC filing indicated the company may not be able to sustain full-scale production of its endurance electric pickup truck.
So after this roller coaster ride of news, does Lordstown Motors have a future? I spoke to two auto analysts to find out.
Too soon to say this is the end for them. They very well could get to the beginning of production. They very well could survive and thrive, but they've got a number of hurdles they need to overcome before that.
One of those hurdles is coming up with the cash to not only start production, but then ramp it up. Lordstown Motors says right now they only have enough money to begin limited production.
It's not enough just to have the money that you need in order to start production of a pickup truck in limited runs, because you're not going to sell a whole lot of those. You're not going to bring in a ton of money.
CNBC auto analyst Phil LeBeau says Lordstown Motors will likely need to raise somewhere in the $2.5 billion range. The company claims they are already having active conversations with investors.
One of those discussions may ultimately bear fruit. We don't know at this point.
Help could come in the form of a $200 million loan from the U.S. Department of Energy to help pay for retooling its factory, the former GM plant. John McElroy from Autoline doesn't see that happening now.
If the company had all kinds of orders, if it was struggling to meet demand, then the Department of Energy might give it a leg up with a loan. But here's a company that hasn't built anything, can't even get going. There's no way that the government's going to put money into that.
So does McElroy believe Lordstown Motors has a future?
I really don't see any chance unless there's some sort of white knight or guardian angel that swoops in at the last minute to pick things up.
Lordstown Motors is still planning an open house event for investors, media, fleet customers, and analysts the week of June 21st. The events that week will also be live streamed for the public. 21 News will be there in person for any new developments.